welcome to tonight's episode of Beyond Focus TV. I'm your host, Lydia Patel, and as always, I have a very special guest for you. I have a couple in the house who actually run and operate Vivid Bistro right here in Brooklyn. They'll be our guests tonight for the next 30 minutes, so stay with us. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Focus TV allows you to discuss contemporary topics affecting the Caribbean people on both a national and local level. The show features informed guests who offer insight, debate, and evaluate various issues. Beyond Focus TV builds on the station's mission to provide useful information to the Caribbean people in New York and abroad. Beyond Focus TV, where our viewing audience can get educated, informed, and empowered. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, sitting here with Kevin Atkinson and Dana Williams of Vivid Bistro. Like I said, they're located right here in Brooklyn, operated for the last 5 years, and definitely going strong. So welcome, guys, to the program.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Well, it's great to have a power couple.
Right.
I love to see people doing great things. And, of course, hospitality is, whether it's in Brooklyn or anywhere in New York, is difficult.
Right.
It's not an easy task. When you decide to go in, everyone wants to own their own business, have a restaurant. There's a lot that goes into it. So we'll tackle all that tonight and really talk about the focus of what Vivid is doing, what they're up to, and, of course, how we can come out and have some great food. So let's take it back a little bit. Let's talk about the concept of how this all got started. Just, even though you've been around 5 years, the concept is older than 5 years old.
The concept is older than 5 years old. There's so much transition that Vivid been through since we got started. We started off as a little local bar, and the demand for what we became is what influenced who we are today. Like I said, we started off as a local bar. We wanted to give back to the community, offer good food. We had some great chefs that worked with us that helped us get to where we are today. So we just started to conquer the food business even a little bit more. And that's where the whole Vivid Bistro came in, because now we're focusing on Vivid Bistro, good food.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. And I always like to hear the ladies' point of view. So, Dana, in your opinion, in your own words rather, how would you describe the concept of Vivid?
Vivid's concept is delivering exceptional quality food to our local community and beyond. So we definitely started out catering just to the locals in our community, and then we started seeing a different market come in, and then we realized we had to kind of branch out and do a little bit more. So that's where our menu has grown, our staff has grown, the environment has grown, and we're continuing to grow and give the community more and more what they need. I mean, trends are always changing, needs are always changing. There's, different seasons where fruits are better in some and so forth. So we're always on top of that and just making sure that we're constantly giving the community what they need.
That's amazing. And I know there's a family aspect of it. Shout out to your mom.
Yes.
Who's actually behind the scenes, but very much on the forefront as well.
Yes, she is. She is. We wouldn't be there without her. She does so much to help the business grow.
Yes, really and truly, a top entrepreneur. She's really been instrumental over the years. How important has that family structure been in just keeping you together and really building this grow?
I mean, mom in any family, the mom in any family is, that's what makes you. And with her drive and her spirit, like sometimes I feel like I may want to give up, and she's like, look, no, it's not happening. We're not doing, you got to keep on going. You got to keep on fighting. Everything is going to get better because, as any business, it takes a stress on the family. It takes a stress on yourself. It takes some stress on our relationship, but she's always there just making sure that we continue pushing through. And that's just the backbone of any mother. So now she's like actually the backbone of the business as well.
Yes. Yes. And I do look at her as that figure as well. She'll be there. She's always out and about. I've ran into your brother maybe at 5 different events already.
Right.
That's
Vivid. Vivid is there.
Well,
she's out there.
It wasn't always like that. Wasn't always like that. That was always me and Dana. We were always going out, and then
we still do.
Yeah, we're still out as well. And
Yes.
And she just started picking it up and getting more comfortable with the social aspect of the business, and she's gone further with it than I got.
Exactly. And that's absolutely an amazing thing to actually have that out there and really be in the forefront of the community. I
Right.
think that's important.
Yeah, definitely.
When you describe Vivid in terms of Caribbean, you have so many different islands reflected in the food.
Right.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, that comes from maintaining a diverse staff. If you just stick with one type of community as your employees, you're only going to get one concept. So we like to hire different backgrounds, so that when they taste our food, they can remind us of what else is out there.
That's
and
true.
Then, and then that kind of helps us to provide different food. Like you said, the Caribbean. I'm not localizing on just one background. I want every background. We have employees that are Bayesian, Guyanese, Trinidad, Jamaican, American,
Haitian.
Polish.
Yeah,
I have a
yeah.
Polish
Polish in
employee,
there, okay.
So it's a matter of just being diverse and just getting everybody's input. We're very much involved with our staff. We take their comments seriously, and we take the customers' comments very seriously. Our customers explain to us, different type of dishes that we should try. They let us know, certain tastes that we should change or make better. And again, like I said, we just take this information and we kind of run with it. And that's why we're able to be where we are today. Most places, they'll stick with their recipe and that's that. And then that's what separates us from the other people. We listen to our customers, we accept that feedback, and we make the changes as we see fit.
That's a very positive attitude to have. I know each of you have different backgrounds. So let's start with you, Dana. How did you lead up from what you were doing before into now being in hospitality?
Hospitality has always been something I truly enjoyed. I loved going out. I loved traveling. I loved experiencing different cuisines, different tastes, different flavors, different spices. So I went to school for entrepreneurship and marketing and finance. So kind of putting all of that together to operate an entrepreneurial, venture and be able to do the finance and the whole back end side of it was something that just spurted. It was kind of just fell right into it.
But finally doing it for yourself now, because I think being in school and learning, school's wonderful. But until you're physically there doing it for yourself, there's nothing that a book could teach you until you're in it and you have everything invested in it. And even working for somebody else and then going through your own growing pains, I think that's a different type of education right there.
It absolutely is. It absolutely. Real world experience, it's completely different. Like your books will give you the foundation, the knowledge, the basics. And then when you put it into practice and you put it into play, it's constantly changing. In hospitality, you're dealing with so many different attitudes, so many different people, so that's where you kind of have to be very flexible, open, and understanding to be able to navigate through what their emotions are that day or, what they may be going through. And then it also deals with the customers. Right, they have their own emotions. They come to the door upset sometimes, hungry, starving, or happy. And then we have to engage with every personality differently. But it's all about being flexible, open, and having the basics. Just leave your problems at the door, put the customer first, and keep pushing.
I like that. That's an important factor right there, to not bring anything to work.
No, Yeah.
We'll leave it all right there. And we'll take a quick break. But when you come back, I kind of want to get into how do you balance the work relationship and the personal life aspect, okay? So we'll hit that up in just a little bit. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, sitting here with Kevin Atkinson and Dana Williams of Vivid Bistro right here in Brooklyn. And we'll get all the address and contact information in just a little bit. But like we were talking about off air, we said that we know that you guys are a power couple. But that means you also work together.
Right.
And sometimes you may not be having the best day at work. How do you separate that work life and personal life when this is all your life. Vivid basically is your life. So I want to hear both of your perspectives on that.
I don't think we separate it at all, actually. I mean, it's a passion. It's something that we're both very passionate about, and we actually enjoy doing. You know, they say when you enjoy what you do, it's not work. You know, you're doing it for the love of what it is. So when we go out together, you know, we're talking about the architecture, the food, the cuisine, the flavors, what the chef is doing, what the bartender is doing, and it just comes naturally, and that's part of our dinner table conversations per se. You know, whereas I guess any other couple would talk about how they're
scrolling on Instagram, what's going on,
or something else.
Right.
But it's like we're fully invested in what we're doing together, and that kind of pushes us forward, and we thrive in every aspect of it. I mean, we love to go out and eat. We love to look at different businesses. We love to kind of explore business options and engage with people, consult with people, talk to people. You know, we'll talk to people beside us eating, or we'll talk to the bartender, the staff, kind of see how they like where they're working and get feedback. I mean, we treat every experience like it's our own.
So that's good to know you guys are foodies. I think a lot of people get so caught up with their own relationship and their own work that they forget to actually, when you run a business, that you actually have to see what else is out there.
Yes,
they're in their own bubble, but there's life outside of your business too. So what are some of the places that you enjoy going to? And I'm still going to get your answer. You didn't escape that one.
Some of the places we like to go to.
That stumped you?
Yeah.
I know favorites. It's so hard to pick a favorite. I mean,
because we don't really, I would say, you know what, we don't have a favorite.
Yeah.
Our favorite is to go out and try different things. It's like, okay, if we've been to a restaurant once, it's rare we might go back there for a second time unless we didn't see exactly what was going on the first time.
Gotcha.
Because there's so many other restaurants to go and try. You know, if you stick to one thing, you're basically going to be doing the same thing over and over, and that's what we don't want. Every time we go out, we take it as an experience to learn something new. You know, everywhere else we go, we try to speak to the owners, we try to speak to the staff, and give them little things and tips that we know as well, and try to get some information back for ourselves to help ourselves grow. But to actually say a favorite restaurant, you know what? I do have a favorite restaurant. Ruth Chris.
Oh, gosh.
That's my favorite restaurant.
Nice choice.
I'm stuck on steaks. I love steaks. Ruth Chris is my favorite.
Oh, that's not a bad choice. And that, you know what's good? It's actually something completely different from your type of cuisine and what you do.
Exactly. That's what it is. I'm just a sucker for steaks. We'll probably hit up Ruth Chris maybe, you know,
twice.
about 3 to 4 times a year. You know, because and the reason why that is one of my favorites, because they're very consistent. Very consistent. You can go there next year and still get the same dish, and it tastes the same and everything. You know, and that's an important thing, is that consistency. So that's why Ruth Chris is probably one of my favorites.
And that's one of the points I was actually going to get to with your cuisine. It's been pretty much consistent since you've become Vivid Bistro and serving food. How do you maintain that consistency with an overturn of staff? You know, restaurant industry, staff comes and goes a lot. How do you maintain that to make sure that every dish comes out pretty much the same all the time?
You have to be involved. If you're not involved, employees will come and change your vision. You know, that's a big thing.
That's interesting.
Everyone tries to, and not necessarily that they're doing it on purpose, but everyone comes from a different background. They come from another restaurant before they come to my restaurant, and they'll say, oh, well, this is how we did it over here. You know, it's kind of hard for people to make adjustments to a newer business. So if you're not there and making sure that they're not bringing their habits over to your place, then things can change. But if you're doing the right thing, you're involved, and you're staying there and making sure that they're doing what you want to get done, that's how you maintain that consistency.
So definitely always not reminding them of the vision,
right,
but keeping a clear notion of what the vision is for you as well. So when you go in there and you see your dishes come out, from the presentation to the taste, it's representative of what you want.
Exactly.
That's interesting. Absolutely. That's really good. Dana, how did you finally come up with, and I'm asking the lady because we know we like to, kind of be assertive with certain things and pick the menu. So the final selection of the menu as it is right now, you've been very hands-on with that. Tell us about that a little bit.
The menu changes seasonally. It does. And we constantly try to look for things that are in season.